What's going on, crypto miners? Welcome back to the channel. Well, today is another project day. Today we're diving into installing 2 immersion systems over at our new crypto compound in our new shed. And we're actually going to be transplanting one from inside my home shed. Let me show you. So it looks like it's just starting to flurry out here. Of course it is. Anyways, this is my home crypto mining shed here. It's been highlighted on the channel over the last few years, but we are running right over here. You guys can see a fog hashing C2 immersion kit. This is actually the dry cooler that takes the hot oil and cools it off and then pumps the cold oil back into the shed. But let's step inside. I'll show you guys what I got going on today. And this is going to be a several part video. So it's going to be one video with all the projects for immersion built into one. So inside my home crypto mining shed here, we got a variety of solo Bitcoin miners, got more solo Bitcoin miners over here, several more down here, across the bottom. And then more recently, we started to dabble into, I'll show you, we got some AI rigs down there, and we got more up here. But what we also have in here is our fog hashing C2 immersion kit. I just took off the lid here. Let's see, our oil is at 22C, and we have 2 older Bitmain Antminer they're actually S19J Pro 100 terahash models. They're absolutely not worth running. I do have brains on them, and I had them turned down to like 1700 watts solo mining Bitcoin for a while, but they've been on and off, and they're just not really worth running anymore. So we're going to be entirely decommissioning them. But I want to move this over to my new shed and property because my electric rate here is 18 cents now. Over at my ASIC compound, we're down to 7.2. So I need to drain all of that oil and then disconnect and uninstall this entire kit. It's going to be a long afternoon. All right, I wanted to show you guys my quick makeshift setup for this. So, as I said, the fog hashing pump is just such a pain in the ass. So what I did was I mounted the pump to this piece of wood, and then I actually also screwed it directly to the 2x4 over here because it vibrates the whole time. The nice thing is it'll hold it in place. So I have one of the tubes over on that side in the tank, and the other one inside of our tank on this side, filling it up. Now this is a slow pump. I mean, this was probably going to take me an hour, and it should be right around 80 liters total, which is going to be 4 of these. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta come up with a creative solution. So I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, so it's been a little over an hour. We've been busy. Let me show you guys how we made out in here. Oh man. All right, so taking a look, we did get most of this entirely empty. There's a tiny bit left in here, and the very bottom, you're not gonna be able to see it, but there's a tiny bit left in there. So there is a NerdQX, by the way, plus that I stripped off the fan. We put it in here. Either NerdQX is dead or the power supply is dead. I think it's probably the power supply because I was overclocking it pretty hardcore with the stock power supply. So we'll play with that once we get that over to the new shed. So the part that's going to suck here is all these cables are kind of routed up against here. And you know me, I'm totally going to try to pull this out without unplugging all these cables, but it's probably going to have to come to that. Now, taking a look at the oil, I only got out maybe, I don't know, not as much as I thought. So 2.5 of these, 2.25 of these that you guys can see here. So my concern is that there's still oil, liquid left in these lines here. I did get this uninstalled off the cinder blocks there, and the power cable, this actually goes into the PDU, just normal one. I did run through there. I did go ahead and put some foam there, probably put some silicone, but man, who siliconed that, which was me originally, oh my word, it was so much work. But I did go ahead and undo all the screws and straps that were holding this down. I will have to, it's gonna be a pain to get this uninstalled. I kind of built everything around it, so it's gonna be an absolute mess. But I am gonna disconnect these and then drop them right into here. I'm just very curious to see what oil is left either in this system or in the hoses. I have no clue. I did turn on the pump a few times just to see if I could push through some of the oil, so wish me luck. let's pivot real quick. Not everyone can run miners at home. Maybe your electric bill is just through the roof. The heat is just too hard to manage and the sound is absolutely insane. Well, this is where blockopsmining.com comes in. I had the opportunity to go ahead and visit their Arkansas facility about 2 years ago, and it was truly impressive. Listen, if you guys are in the market to not only buy, but also have your ASIC miners hosted right here in the United States, go over and check out blockopsmining.com. What's going on, crypto miners? Welcome to day 2 of our immersion project. Of course, it is another below freezing day here in Pennsylvania, starting to flurry a little bit. Perfect time to work outside, right? Let me show you guys what we got going on. All right. So here is the kit that we brought over from my house. Absolute mess and disaster, but it works out. So we have our dry cooler as well as our tank. And here are our tubes. That'll work out well. Absolute mess, the oil, oh my gosh. So what's our plans? So scooting around back here of our new shed, which is where this is gonna go. I did go ahead, we got some cinder blocks here. We're gonna be doing 2 dry coolers, one here on these 2 and one on the other side. And then we're gonna take our piping and go through into the shed there. So inside the shed, show you guys, this is what I'm thinking. So we got these little rubber basins here. They have a little lip on them that'll help out with the oil. Thinking about immersion tank 1 here, immersion tank 2 right there. And then the way we designed the shed, we do have a PDU readily and available. And we have Ethernet, plenty of Ethernet on each side for this system. And then we're gonna gotta pipe everything right out the side of the wall there, which I'm hoping, fingers crossed, things work out. So other stuff we got going on with the whole side of oil. So in the distance, you can see I actually just got a 200-liter barrel delivered, picked it up from Fog Hashing. Huge shout out to them. They've been a huge supporter of the channel. If you guys are looking at doing some home immersion or even scaling, please make sure you guys go check them out. So we have a barrel of oil right here. Hopefully not frozen. I don't know what the freezing threshold is, but barrel of oil right there. But we have to empty that. It's super heavy. So what I'm gonna do is I brought the pump over, that little pump that we used earlier, and I'm going to empty that entire 200-liter barrel into something more manageable. And let's step inside here. I actually have my Flue Miner L2 over there, keeping this a little bit warmer inside here. I'll keep the door open. But here's the oil from my old shed in case I need it. I'm just gonna save that as backup. But here is the second Fog Hashing Immersion kit, dry cooler in the tank. We picked them up from Tech Hustler not too long ago. Went ahead, flew down there and drove them back in a U-Haul with a bunch of other goodies. But that 200 liters, I'm gonna empty right into these tanks so it's a little bit more manageable and easier. So I got a boatload of work to do. All right, let's jump inside. I'm excited to share with you guys. Take a look. We have our 2 Fog Hashing C2 kits installed inside here. So we did a little rubber like mat with a lip on it just to help out with any oil that we may have in here. But check these out. So this is my original one from over at my shed. You can see, quick tour. Look how much cleaner that is. Joey Gambit's here, helped me out, community member. Did an amazing job cleaning this up. And then here's the inside of the tank. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. So this is the original system that I had over there, and we've gone ahead and piped it out. We have an inlet and an outlet here, and you also have a one really long C13 to C14 cable that runs outside there that goes out to the dry cooler. Here's the second kit that's a little bit newer. We did go ahead and buy this from Mr. Tech Hustler. Went down and visited him, picked up some hardware. So this one is brand spanking new, a little bit different of a design, but still one of the C2 kits, just a newer revision. And we went ahead and piped everything out. Holy zip ties, I know, might have to swap them with black. And then I went ahead and taped up with our kind of foil tape the hell out of that hole. and I'll show you guys on the other side where all the silicone is. While we're mid-video, huge shout out to the team over at Fog Hashing for helping to sponsor and support the Hobbyist Miner channel. I truly do appreciate them sending over the dielectric fluid for our 2 new systems. Go check out foghashing.com directly down below if you're interested in home immersion, just like this for your garage, your basement, or for a shed. All right, so taking a look back here, take a look at our Fog Hashing. These are our dry coolers that you guys see here. So as you see, look, I just siliconed this. I siliconed the crap out of it because you know how bad the water, rain is going to be. Now, I did order a hood. It's like a vent hood that I'm going to sit right here, and it's going to go over top of this. Runs about 12 inches to cover this up even more just to be safe. And you can see we went ahead and coiled everything out, one coming in and one going out. So you have an intake and an outlet is the way this works. So this is your hot side and this is your cold side. So the hot oil will come in, run through this system. The fans will cool off as well as the radiators there. And then the cool side will come out here and get pumped right back in. So same thing on this side we did here on this dry cooler. But yeah, if you take a step back, actually looks pretty dang good on the back side of our shed here. Now on the oil side, talking about the oil, because we started out talking about pumping the oil out there, we're about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way on our oil pumping out there. We're gonna finish the rest of it up tomorrow. And then inside here, these are all our full barrels. We had 3 originally, so these are the additional ones that you guys see here that we have. So we filled up a pretty good amount, but we still have a significant amount to go. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow when it's time to add the oil. Good morning, good morning. Day 3 on our immersion project here. Our focus today, and then we'll wrap things up today, is getting all of the oil out of the barrel and into the individual jugs, and then we can get everything poured into our immersion systems. Let me show you what we got. All right, so Joey's over here. Is that filling up already? Yep. Nice, so Joey's over here right now, and we're kind of figuring out right now the best way to do this. So we actually cut off the top of the barrel because we couldn't get our tubes down that came with the pump down low enough. So we cut off the top of the barrel, so that at least allowed us to get a little bit farther in there. I'll show you guys real quick. And we kind of got contraptions going on here. So down inside the barrel here, you can see we have the Fog Hashing. Oh, that's not in the barrel. There we go. We have the Fog Hashing pump running in there. We actually have a fishing weight down on the tube to hold it down because the tubes are so stiff. Joey's gonna pull it up. There you go, just making do. And then in addition to that, we bought this other pump, which is much, much faster. If I pull this pump up here, I'll show you. We have a much better flow coming through with this. It's just much easier to run it. So that's working out well. So we got to get all that oil pumped out of there today. That's kind of our first mission here. And then we'll be ready to get everything in the tanks. All right, barrel is empty. Putting oil into our actual tanks here. Joey's hard at work. We got a little setup here you guys can see, trying to limit the amount of oil that we're actually getting all over the floor and everywhere. We actually are running it through a funnel that actually has a filter in it just to make sure we clean out anything that might have gotten through the oil. But yeah, so we got quite a bit to go here. So the tank is not on currently right now. And traditionally, you would actually install your miners in there first. But I only have 1 miner right now. So we're gonna get the oil up to a level that allows it to flow. And then when I get more miners in, I'll add the additional oil in there. So right now we still got several barrels here, and the shed's got a boatload of barrels as well. Any guesses, comment down below on which miner you think is gonna be the first miner that we install. All right, we're pretty filled. We've got the oil to the point where it's started to overflow into the overflow tank. So the overflow tank is just a little bit lower, so it causes almost a waterfall effect. And this is where the pump is, and the pump will go ahead and pump the oil out. Now, the oil hasn't gone through the lines yet, so I expect this oil level to drop a ton. So let's go ahead here. We're gonna turn on our breaker, which is good. Now we have 2 cables here, one for the dry cooler. The yellow one here is for the inside for our actual little tub. And you can see here it has press to start mining. So we're just gonna press it once. All right, so everything kicked in. You can see this tank's actually empty now over here. and we shut it off. So we've gone ahead and filled the oil through there. So now we're ready for ASICs. When I do go ahead and get new ones in, we'll put the ASICs in here and water displacement will happen. The oil will be pushed over into the other tank. So what do you guys think of Immersion? I know it's not for everybody, but I'm super hyped to starting to get profitable ASIC miners in Immersion that are gonna take me into the next 2 to 3 years. Now, I do have one ASIC on the way that was delayed, unfortunately, and I have one right here. But I'm gonna be that guy. We're gonna bump this to tomorrow's video where we're going to be installing our first ASIC miner into our asicplug.com shed. So stay tuned, check out tomorrow's video, and I'll see you guys then. Take care.